With the sports beer tap handles, it's worth noting there's some variations that are fairly common. There's other ones that are actually a little bit unusual. Actually, hang on one second. Let me see. Because, come on. So people had asked before in my videos who the cat was that was yelling at me, and this is my cat right here. So, in case you do hear noise, it's her. But back to this tap handle. With the sports tap handles, there's a couple of variations that are relatively common. So there's a couple of the lucite ones, that there's ones that are produced for most different teams. But there's also a couple of tap handles that I don't see very often, or that particular style doesn't come up very often. And this is one of them. This is one that I had just only recently seen, this style, and it doesn't necessarily mean that it's new. It just means that it hasn't come up before. And so you've got the Coors Light here. It kind of angles back a little bit, and then over here you've got Coors Light. You've got Coors Light on the back, and then this is kind of curved. It's kind of cool how they did that shape there. So it's a little bit unusual, definitely a distinctive style. And then you'll see that you've got a Patriots logo here. One of the things that you always want to check for any of the sports ones is you want to make sure that any of the sports logos or names, that those actually appear to be part of the tap handle, as opposed to something that was just put on independently. So you want to make sure that the sticker looks similar to the other ones. If you have, you'll see that here, you essentially have, it looks like you've got a top coat that goes over it. So you want to make sure that there's a top coat that goes over the sports logo as well. And then over here on the side, you've got the Patriots logo again. And this does look like it's all kind of like official and original, but you do always want to check that. Another thing that I do want to call out about the sports tap handles is that sometimes you'll see some of the ones on eBay and sites like that, where essentially you just have like a helmet like this that's attached to a metal thing that can be attached to a beer tap. Those are not official tap handles. Those are essentially somebody gets a toy and then they adapt it so that it'll work on your beer tap. So it's just worth noting that if you do see those ones, those are not official tap handles. Those are things that have been modified to be a tap handle. So if it's something where you just want decoration, then that's great. But as far as resale or giving it to another collector or something like that, they're not a proper tap handle. But this one, although it's a design that I hadn't seen before, all of the indicators here are that it is an official one, and it is a pretty cool design that they did for this one. Pretty unusual compared to the other ones.